Stand by. Attention on deck.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits. If you don't do your job, I'll shoot you. You get me?
We get you, sir!
These are the rules. Everybody fights. Nobody quits. If you don't do your job, I'll kill you myself. Welcome to Spoilers.
This is Spoiler.
Mikey spoilers.
Hoorah!
The trivia master these days, my God.
Thanks, Kylo.
At ease, gentlemen. This is the Spoilers Podcast, and I'm your host, Money Mike. I'm here with my squadron tonight. Tonight's movie is Starship Troopers, the sci-fi classic directed by Paul Verhoeven in 1997. We got a semi-full boat. We got everybody but Stevie tonight. We can go west to east. Korey, if you're ready, you can introduce yourself and give us a scary bug encounter you've experienced IRL, or just some propaganda that you recognize and are familiar with, or something that's had an effect on you propaganda-wise.
Oh. Hi, this is Korey, formerly known as Kylo Ren Memes.
Oh.
I'm from Simi Valley, and I say kill 'em all.
Nice.
All right, so there's a couple options here for our introduction, right? I am going to lean toward the propaganda question, if it even is a question, and I don't even know if this is an appropriate answer, because I don't think this actually qualifies as propaganda. But I will say this. I was so reluctant to start a Disney Plus series called The Acolyte, which is a Star Wars related series. And the reason I is because even before this show came out, it was just getting fucking roasted online. Like, everyone hated this. And at the time when this show came out, I was more ingrained in the Star Wars community. So I was just seeing people talk shit about it. And then it came out and people were talking shit about it week to week. Except for, like, you know, there were a few people I followed that were like more like true Star Wars fans that kind of just like it all. And I respect that position, although I've never really held it myself. People that can just enjoy everything for its own merits. But, you know, I did watch this show very late in the game, and it is mostly pretty damn good, but it fizzles out at the end. So I can see why if someone watches the whole thing and then takes away from it, like, I didn't like it overall, it's because the ending is not great or memorable. But aside from that, it's a decent story, and there's some very memorable things that happen in it that are very cool. So, I don't know. I guess you can kind of say I fell for the Acolyte propaganda, because I didn't watch it when it came out, and that's rare for me.
The social media propaganda surrounding Acolyte you fell for.
Yeah, so to speak.
Come on, spoil one cool thing that happens in it.
In the first episode, near the very beginning of the episodes, if you guys just want to watch this, there's an amazing fight scene between a light force user and a dark side force user, and it's not really a lightsaber fight. It's like a kung fu Matrix style fight. It's like force kung fu. It's really cool, and it does involve someone from the Matrix, so maybe that's why I'm invoking that, Carrie-Anne Moss. It's one of the most unique force using fight scenes I've ever seen in a Star Wars property.
Did you watch the new Plinkett video, Korey?
Yeah, I think it was really good, actually. I think it's weird how Mr. Plinkett has evolved over the years, right? Like, the way he used to do Star Wars reviews is very different than the way he does them now. He's a lot more charitable.
The central thesis of it is basically the Acolyte was actually good, and
Andor was too good.
Yeah,
It ruined Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because now nothing's ever going to be good again to that degree.
Yeah, that's a bold take. I'll go next on the next Weestest. Some propaganda that's gotten me. Top Gun Maverick, obviously some of the best military propaganda that's ever been put on screen. Just an incredible movie. Really cool action scenes going on in there. And I mean, that was probably like top 5 best movie experiences in the theater. People were like clapping at end credits of Top Gun Maverick in my theater. It was pretty nuts. You didn't have a scary bug situation, did you?
I didn't, no.
Okay. Well, I had a praying mantis jump out at me from the bushes as I rode by on my bike one time. And that really freaked me out. Got all the way on me and like jumped on my shoulder, and I freaked out. Yeah. So I freaked out and hopped off my bike and kind of ran around a little bit, but
I like the idea more at first. I thought it just made you flinch. Like it like deked you out.
No,
it was like what's up,
flew
son?
out of the
when you're
bush,
going
landed
by.
on me, and was like attacking me while I'm like steering my bike in this alleyway.
Dang.
So I had to stop and hop off the bike.
See, we can tell our kids that our journey to school back in the day was more dangerous than they have to deal with.
Definitely.
You had praying mantises flying at you.
Is it Pappy?
Yeah, I'll go. Pappy, recording from Goshen, Indiana. Propaganda. Yeah, I, like many Americans, got swept up in WMD fever post 9/11. I was so sure that
Oh no.
Saddam had those weapons of mass destruction. Could have fooled me. Shame on you, George W. Bush, but you got me that time. I don't know. I do think that like a lot of political YouTube is propaganda. Like there was that story a few months back about the people who were being paid by Russia. Like there's been a one recently where people are being paid directly by the Democratic Party. Like it's pretty prevalent. So if anyone wants to sponsor Spoilers Podcast, I will shill for whatever you want, fella. You tell me.
Agreed.
That's what I believe.
Wow.
The chips are all kind of falling into place right now.
Are you a foreign dictatorship with extra money to just throw around?
Yeah.
Look no further than spoilers.
Yeah. I'll play both sides of the coin and always come out on top. Scary bug story, though. One time when I was riding my bike, I think I was like 13, 12, in that age, like preteen. I was wearing basketball shorts and like boxers. And I had like a wasp somehow fly in through the bottom of the baggy basketball shorts. And it stung all around the Holy Land, shall we say. And it was absolutely terrifying. I just got like totally naked, like in my yard, like outside, just trying to get the bee out. I'll never forget that. It scared the bejesus out of me.
Yikes.
A penis out of you, sounds like.
How old were you stripping in your front
Yeah,
Like
how old are
literally
you?
13, dude. But like it started to sting me down there, so I freaked out. I just like took off my clothes where I stood
To get an idea,
and ran.
Pappy was freaking out about a wasp at the same time when he was convinced that Saddam had weapons of mass destruction. He was 13, pretty much.
Confusing
for both.
time in my life.
Tough period for Pappy, the dark
Yeah.
years.
Learned a lot.
Josh?
Hey, Josh from Goshen here. Not a super scary bug story, but I remember the first and maybe the only time I've seen a hummingbird hawk moth. It's like this
Sounds
gigantic
terrifying.
moth that floats around like a hummingbird. Look it up. It's crazy.
Hell no.
My propaganda story kind of harkens back to what you're talking about, Pappy. I think I've told this story in some regard on this podcast before, but I love it so much I'd tell it twice. In Brett in Mrs. Green's class, junior year.
Nice.
You remember how just like nice she was and stuff, and just
yeah.
like
Mhm.
Very nice.
Mhm.
So after 9/11, like the day after, she was the only teacher that was like, okay, we should probably like talk about this, right? Because she's actually like nice. Which is what I'm
Nice.
saying. Idiots. She's like, how are you all feeling about this? And people are like, we're angry and scared and stuff. And I'll never forget because Liz Campanello, who's like a buddy, she was like in the back row, raised her hand, and she kind of gave a speech for like 2 minutes about how she's scared too, but not for the reasons everyone else is. She thinks that there's going to be a major overreaction by the U.S. government, that we're going to get in a prolonged war overseas,
The Oracle.
that way more people are going to get like killed because of this.
Boy, was she
that-
wrong.
And that everyone's going to like fall for the propaganda and get more nationalistic and lead to fascism. And she was like, and I just don't want more people to die, and we just got to look for peace. And this is honors English, mind you. Every single person was like, boo, no way. We need to like kill him.
Traitor. Killer.
Judas!
Liz, who's been on this podcast?
No.
Thor in Guantanamo!
September 12th was just like a really patriotic time for the nation. I think we all got swept up in the propaganda a little bit, but also like that was a really bad thing that happened to us. So like there's gonna be some sort of visceral reaction. I don't know.
I'm having a visceral reaction to this hummingbird moth. This thing is disgusting. What?
Dude, right? It's crazy.
Put it in the thread. Let's see what it
I
looks
hate
like.
bugs.
All right.
Brett, you got anything?
Yeah, sure. As the resident arachnophobic, I have hundreds of terrible stories about that but I've pretty much burned them out of my brain. So I guess I was a junior or senior in high school. I'm in the bathroom, and I see something out of the corner of my eye. And over by where the shower is, I see, which still to this day, the biggest spider I've ever seen in my entire life. In real life. Obviously there's bigger ones. But it was, I don't know, maybe the size of a tortoise. I'm just kidding. It was humongous, though. And oh my God, I mean, Usain Bolt couldn't have caught me. I sprinted out of there. I called my brother down to go in there and kill it. He got in there. My brother's not scared of spiders, but he went in there and he basically was just like, nope. And he's like, I'm not doing that. He's like, I'm not killing that. And I was like, so we called my dad down, and my dad said something like, that is a huge mother effer, but he did kill it. But like, I didn't want to sit on the couch for like 2 weeks because I'm just like, where did that come from?
Did he use the shotgun or what?
Well, no, we were
Flamethrower.
There was no guns in the house back then. I don't know what he did. I didn't want to talk about it. But yeah, it was pretty bad. And as far as propaganda goes, I mean, I was told by someone very, very close to me that the most recent Kendrick Lamar album was like Tupac reincarnated. And it was more like E40 incarnated. And if you know who he is, that is a killer joke because E40 is absolute dog crap garbage. Unless you listen to E40 and then, you're cool, man. Hyphy all day long. But yeah, no, he had better albums, and that wasn't one of them. And come at me, I guess. Don't come at me. I don't have anything you can have. But that's all I got. To keep it light, I don't want to talk about the Iraq War and make it all heavy, and then because
Do you think this was this the spider incident? Was this the inciting incident?
No, I don't really remember what that was. I remember being a little kid and like being okay with like spiders or daddy long legs or whatever, but I just all of a sudden I don't think there was an inciting thing. It just happened sometime
or maybe
pre-10.
a movie you saw or something.
No, because I used to watch Home Alone, and now I can't watch Home Alone. I don't know what it was.
Just over time.
I really don't. It just happened over time. Yep.
Well, we all know Brett is extra scared, but I feel like something this movie, we haven't even gotten into the movie yet, but something it does well is like, I think there's just something human about being disgusted and revolted by insects. Have you guys ever seen a close-up of the face of any insect? It is terrifying.
I'm with Korey. I don't like, bugs, period. I can kill them, I guess. I kill the bug, like the insects, and Brittany kills the spiders, but I just don't like them. I don't like anything about creepy crawlies, so I'm with you, Josh. They're just...
Creepy crawlers, though. That was a sick toy from the 90s.
Creepy crawlers.
Oh my gosh, I can smell that oven right now.
Easy bake oven for boys. Make bugs.
Now you're thinking of Dr. Dreadful, which is where you eat them. You make the bugs and you eat them.
Creepy crawlers was just like a chemical mixture, hardened.
Inedible. Toxic.
Maybe to you, pussy.
Josh was eating them.
And look at me, I'm fine. I have a podcast.
Well, Josh, this movie begins with an incoming message from the quote-unquote federal network.
Young people from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
This is a military propaganda channel / website, whatever it is. showing some of the latest headlines from the war front. What kind of stuff are we seeing in these clips?
A lot of people talk about the propaganda in this movie, and there are some just like commercials. But what I really like are the Godzilla-esque newsreel times. Southland Tales, I think, has some newsreels. A lot of movies do this. I feel like they dole out actual information on those. It's in the propaganda voice, but it tells you like exactly what's going on. Like, here are the bugs. They're slinging these asteroids at our Milky Way galaxy and messing up our planets, and we have to do something.
It's a clever way to get some exposition out there.
Not only that, but to like establish the state of this world. I know Stevie, who is not here, is not a fan of like the newsreel method of doling out information, but I think even he would appreciate this one. It's very cleverly done.
Ahead of its time. We still use that same like cursor with our mice on our computers,
It
basically.
caught me a few times. It literally was like a CNN or Fox News type, the way they have it set up, like the tabs on top.
That's pretty crazy. I have one other note here, actually, Mikey, at the top. The propaganda we see at the beginning is it's a little tiny vignette. It's like a commercial. I think it's actually hugely important. It's that scene where it shows a bunch of faces of soldiers, and they're like, "And I helped, and I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part."
Yeah. And then that little kid comes out, and I'm doing my part too, and they all laugh. I think like if you don't have that little moment, it may be hard to find the satire in this movie. It might take you too long to see like how it's tongue in cheek, if that makes sense. I was really zeroing in on that humor in that spot today in this rewatch.
Yeah, movies have tried to do this kind of satire. I can't think of anything specific here, but they always feel like they seem to go overboard with it, whereas Starship Troopers, I feel like it's kind of the right amount. You see these other soldiers like kind of chuckling along with this kid, and it doesn't get any... I mean, there's more satire in this movie, but it doesn't seem like over the top as it is in this one particular scene, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But
it's very RoboCop, right? Like the same commercials and newsreel.
Yeah.
Mad Dutchman does it again.
Yeah, but representing like a different state of the world, right? RoboCop is like a world that's consumed by like capitalism and violence internally.
It's like a police state too.
Yeah, and you know the way they're doing it here, it's very a united yet military-oriented society, and very much promoting this idea of glory in war. Because we as humans are at war with the bugs from another world.
Both pretty cool options to go. You know, I could go either way with those. Are we, I would ask Stevie this, but let me ask Korey. Do you think the bugs really fired the first shot on us? Is that how it really started?
Is it Han or is it the other one, Greedo?
McClunky.
Greedo.
No, just with the way that this movie is set up, I am led to believe that the humans are the aggressors.
Agreed.
Yeah, probably looking for resources on another planet or
Someone
something.
even mentions that some people say they only did this because we encroached on their territory or something. I don't know.
And it's really quickly cut off with, well, I'm from Buenos Aires, and I say kill them all. And it's like you're kind of behind that at this point in the movie.
Dude, that was all of us in Mrs. Green's class cutting off Liz. Kill them all. Yeah. I don't even know who we wanted to kill.
Yeah, just all of them.
No one here in the AQZ knows exactly when the invasion of Klendathu will occur, but everyone's talking about it, and the talk says tomorrow. Here's a bunch of MI kids that look like they could eat bugs for lunch.
Yum, yum, yum.
So, Trooper, you're not too worried about fighting the arachnids?
Hey, shoot a nuke down a bug hole, you got a lot of dead bugs,
I just
right?
hope it's not over before we get some.
Some say the bugs were provoked by the intrusion of humans into their natural habitat, that a live and let live policy is preferable to war with the bugs.
Let me tell you something. I'm from Buenos Aires, and I say kill them all! Yeah! Oh, yeah! Yeah! Oh, yeah!
Brett, who is Rico's civics teacher? And do you recognize him from anything else? He's kind of in a very famous video game that I really enjoy, Splinter Cell. He's the voice of Sam Fisher.
Oh.
Yeah, Michael Ironside. Funnily enough, I know him from if the first thing I think of him in, and he's in it for about 3.5 minutes, is Major Payne. I mean,
yes, dude.
You salute me.
No.
You hit that boy again, I'm gonna do more than salute you.
This is between me and my son.
Stepson.
Whoever he is, he's on my time now.
I like Michael Ironside mostly. I mean, I hate him in that movie, but yeah, I think of him as being the drunk stepdad of the kind of the a-hole kid who turns back. But yeah, he's a guy who's just. There's so many actors in this movie. Now, a lot of them are about to blow up into various levels of stardom. Some people are like Michael Ironside, that just kind of character actors forever. There's some people that kind of flamed out, but this movie's pretty loaded with people.
Mm-hmm.
And he definitely sticks out. I mean, I think he's probably the best part of the movie. I don't know.
Classic mentor figure.
Yeah.
Probably like 10 minutes of screen time. I mean, he's not really in it a whole lot.
One thing I learned in this rewatch I didn't appreciate before is how this movie turns kind of like the trope in the real world on its head. Because in this movie, the parents are like liberal and just want their kid to go to Harvard. And the kid wants to be like, no, I want to go to war.
Yeah.
And they're like, damn conservative teachers always trying to get people to go off to war. It's like the exact opposite, right?
Yeah.
So either they're implying that they're really rich and they can get whatever they want, or Harvard has really lessened their standards for math.
They are rich. That's mentioned like later in the movie too.
I was joking, but yes.
Yeah, he's not getting a scholarship though. You're right, Brett.
No.
Everyone has like Spanish, or I should say like Latin names.
Yeah.
And they're all just straight white folk.
Yeah, well they live in Argentina, right?
Argentina, not known for harboring fascists at all.
In the book.
Dude, they're Nazi descendants?
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, this book
that
was
actually
written in
makes
the 50s.
sense.
He's actually Filipino in the book, Johnny Rico.
Yeah.
But they have Spanish names as well. So
Michael Ironside also reveals that in the society, the people in the army are referred to as citizens. Like you only have
That's so weird.
citizenship if you're in the army.
Yeah.
Yeah, Korey, what does it mean to be a civilian versus a citizen?
What does it mean? I think that's what Michael Ironside asks his students, right?
straight from the book.
Yeah. Well, realistically in this society, right, the way it's set up and it's kind of doled out in pieces is that there was a takeover of their society by some veterans in a time of problems or upheaval of some sort. And eventually it evolved into a very militaristic society where you have to join the military to have basic citizen rights, which don't just include voting. It also includes the ability to breed. You have to get a license to have children in this society, which is why one of the recruits joins. At some point, everyone's asked why they joined.
I want to have babies.
To become a citizen, you have to join the military, and then you can vote, then you can breed, etc. And I think the idea is that this society kind of self-perpetuates in that direction on that basis, right? So they're always going to be an imperialistic military society because of the way the system is laid out.
She did say it's easier to be able to have a child when you're a citizen. So I think there's also an element of, like, with Rico's parents, just being rich is also good.
Being rich is cool. Yeah, that you could probably get away with anything, anywhere with that, right?
Being rich is always cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter how fascist your society is.
Yeah. But there's, like we said, lots of perks to being a citizen and doing it seems like it's only 2 years of service that they have to get through, or they can turn it into a career, such as Carmen wants to later on.
Ooh, but if you listen carefully to that oath, they're like, or if we're required to serve longer, we will also do that.
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
Well, that's the risk you got to take when you sign up for a fascist military, I guess.
Watch the days go by, all is well. 23rd century dies, all is well.
My own free will, after having been duly advised and warned of the meaning and consequences of this oath, less than 2 years, and as much longer as may be required by the needs of the Federation.
The vibe of this society, Josh, how does this world make you feel? Because it does look like some sort of also like thriving utopia in the not too distant future almost. Like this is a society built on science. It looks like there's incredible architecture everywhere. They have, I mean, God, people are like almost have psychic abilities. It seems like
they got a cool version of football.
Arena League.
Yeah, Brett, what do you think about the new college football rules?
Okay, so first of all,
It's so cool.
I don't know why. So if you look like at I wouldn't say the long shots, but like when they're running, you could see the field is maybe 40 yards long. But like the way they play, they're running for like 23 seconds. Like, where are you going?
Yeah.
Are you running in circles? Like, no, I don't. Apparently, people in the future can jump 3, 4, 5 feet in the air.
Over
That's,
3 people?
evolution.
Flip
Yeah.
over 3 people?
And no, I wouldn't like that much. Because I mean, I don't like arena football that much. But yeah, I don't love it.
Outside of the new sports that we've gotten in the future, Josh, back to you. What do you think of this society? How would it affect you, do you think?
I want to actually belabor this point a little bit. What do you guys think if you want your main to be like, to portray that he's like the stud of the school, what like sport would you have him play that you could like fake easily maybe, or
football, I would say.
But it's so hard. It looks so
Except
bad so
It looks
easily.
better than the Adam Sandler longest yard football.
But it's hard to fake like shooting a basketball. Like, as long as he's not a quarterback, because you can see him throw the ball one time later on in the movie, he is not a quarterback. But like in football, you can put him in pads and he's a big guy. I don't know. I feel like you could fake that, Josh, but
Yeah, it's easier to fake with a helmet on. You're just not really seeing your face.
It's just so close to football. Maybe that was the mistake. Do you guys remember, I think it's Final Fantasy 11, where you play that like sport in this big bubble and you're like generally pushing like a ring around in a ball. And it's almost like a spectator sport where you kind of get it, but you don't need to like fake action that we're all familiar with.
Oh, I see.
And
or like in Battlestar Galactica, they have Pyramid, which is like a game they invented specifically for that show.
yeah, but he's like a jock guy. Like they want you to know that he's like a jock, and
he can still jump and push people, but just don't make it football. Don't make it arena football adjacent.
I'm not saying it looks good. I'm just saying I think it worked okay, I suppose.
I think especially Patrick Muldoon's character in a helmet looks freaking ridiculous and hilarious, so it's almost worth it for that. But what are you asking about? I know you want to progress the pod here a little bit, Mikey. Like, what's the society like? I think the big takeaway here is that the movie just drops you into this world where Earth is like one of the worlds within Star Wars or something. There's other planets out there. We know about them. We're interstellar traveling, and we've built up a lot. And there's also people that are really poor that can't even afford to have a baby. So that's the future, I guess, Mikey.
Yeah, this seems like almost Blade Runner times or whatever, except things haven't gone so bad with the environment. Like, we're now intergalactically traveling, probably populating other planets and stuff like that. So we're a highly advanced society at this point.
So many humans were killed. The Earth is doing so much better.
Yeah.
It's healing.
Pap, every main character kind of falls into a certain role based on their kind of skills and abilities that we see them have in maybe classes or outside of school and different scenes. What kind of roles are these 3 kids gonna fall into in the military? We got Rico, we got Carl, and we got Carmen.
Okay, I've been dying to talk about this. Let me start with Carl, a.k.a. Barney, a.k.a. Dookie Howser, Neil Patrick Harris. Apparently also in the society, they believe in ESP, psychic powers. I think in the context of the film, it's like unclear if there are really psychic people. Like, are we led to believe that like Neil Patrick Harris is actually a psychic, or is this all bullshit?
I think he is. They have like a way of testing with the cards, you know?
They do, but like not to skip ahead, like he just kind of, when he's like asked to actually read a mind, he's just like, it's afraid. Like the most obvious response ever. It's like we don't see him do a lot of cool
he's in a net
stuff.
surrounded by people with guns. I think he's afraid.
I think there might be a little bit more to that answer than that, though.
Well, yeah, I guess we'll get to that. He may be able to influence the behavior of ferrets, confirmed. So we do see that. That allows him to become, I think, Game and Theory is the department, aka like the CIA of this new
Black
military
Ops.
intelligence.
Black Ops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Instantly becomes an officer. He's high ranking. I can let someone else go through these other ones, but that's probably the top of the ladder.
Yeah, and Carmen, great at math apparently. She wants to be a pilot, and she gets recruited into the Air Force Academy or whatever right away. Terrible girlfriend, but she's got goals. She wants to make a career of it apparently after she gets her first taste of flying in space.
Terrible girlfriend, you say, but look at her. God damn.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 97, I just meant like, she's openly flirting with this other guy during the game, and she's flirting with him. I mean, that guy, it's bad enough that he broke up Zach and Kelly in Save the Bell. He's got to break up Carmen and Rico, too?
Does his evil know no bounds, you know?
I guess not. Two goddesses. He broke up two goddesses with...
She comes off pretty poorly when she's up there just doing like fancy flight stuff and he's like getting whipped down below.
Yeah. I think they go to her a little too much in the early parts.
My biggest take, I think someone needs to like go with Johnny Rico here next, but from like a storytelling perspective or writing perspective, I think this movie is interesting because it might be the most clearly laid out A story, B story, C story I've ever seen. Johnny Rico, obviously the A story, mostly about him and his buddies that he meets. Because there's these core friends, right? It's
Carmen.
Carmen,
Johnny Rico,
Carl.
Carmen, and Carl, which is Neil Patrick Harris. They're like the three buddies, so that's the A, B, and C story. So Johnny Rico's A. Then like Denise Richards is really attached to him. She's the B story, and she kind of flits in and out of each act multiple times, like, but never like truly the A. You can it's pretty obvious just with screen time. And then Neil Patrick Harris, like, if she's higher perspective than Johnny Rico because she's like flying ships and he's on the ground, then Neil Patrick Harris is like ultimate wide perspective where he's studying game and theory and mind reading and truly only comes in kind of like to bookend the acts. Like,
that's why I don't think he had his own thing. He kind of came in and out of A and B, is my opinion, though.
But it's about the pals, right? I feel like that's what the movie is really trying to do, and that C story should be brief. I think that's why I count it as such, Brett.
It works. I think it works that way.
That whole scene, like where they're like friends for life, let's shake on it, is like so over the top. Like that's almost
it doesn't seem super believable either. I don't know why.
It's like 90s sitcom level of like this world's propaganda.
Yeah. Even Neil Patrick Harris is like, okay, but we're never going to see each other again. So what does it matter?
Galaxy's a pretty big
Did
place.
you guys ever do that thing with anybody where you're like, hey, if neither of us are married when we're like 50,
a pact, like a marriage pact? No, I didn't do that.
Did you?
No. I've made a few marriage pacts in my day, yeah.
Oh, no.
Oathbreaker.
Well, you're not 50 yet.
I looked them up, but decided not to pursue.
Good for you.
Sheesh.
Do you guys have any idea what your role would be on this super Earth? Maybe going into the military? What would you try to do?
Games in theory, 100%.
Games in theory.
Front lines.
Yeah, I would study so hard so I can do games in theory. It's like that. I don't want to be an infantryman.
Brett's gonna show up in that SS uniform.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone thinks there's a games in theory. We're all fucking grunt front lines. What are you guys talking about? We are the meat grinder people.
Well, but we're all flat-footed. We can't serve.
Yep, I have
There's
that. I
no
have the
way.
stigmatisms.
I got asthma. I don't know.
I might actually be the camera guy.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, that's probably true. I'd be
Mikey,
working
you'd
on
be the
the
news
the
guy.
AV.
You'd be the news guy.
We're working the AV team. Brett, I already asked you your football question. That was next up on the docket. And we mentioned that the other guy on the team, Xander, he's going to be Carmen's, like, not commanding officer, but, like, just in charge of her, next in line above
the
her.
38-year-old guy in the helmet.
Yeah, who's also
at
a
the
rookie.
high school football game.
I actually saw a picture of something, and I don't remember it from the movie, and I want to know if it's in a different version. She's Carmen's like in a bra, putting lipstick on, and they imply that they had just had sex, and then he comes up and kisses her neck. Does anybody remember that at all?
Seems like something you found on the dark web.
Yeah,
there,
can you
Brett.
send me
No.
a link to that scene?
Send us a screenshot of that.
Curious, yeah.
I may or may not be able to do that, but there's no dark web. I just was looking at pictures. Pleasureland.
It's called FedNet, okay?
And then a general question to anybody here who wants to answer it. Why does Rico want to join the military? Is he trying to actually do something with his citizenship? Is he just chasing Carmen? I mean...
He says it's chasing Carmen, but I think he just doesn't want to live like a boring life like he thinks his parents live.
Rico has the most noble of goals, Mikey, which is pussy, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, he could take a gap year on Zegama Beach and get all the pussy he wants on Zegama Beach before going to Harvard.
Have you seen Carmen?
Dude.
Yeah. Dude, Diz. I think I would choose Diz.
Diz is
over.
also super hot, I gotta say.
Dude, looking
She's
back, I
crazy
would
hot.
definitely choose Diz, but at the time, I was telling Brittany, looking back, I don't find Denise Richards, like, attractive anymore. Like, my things have changed.
I don't really
but,
either,
like,
yeah.
In 98, I mean, I was telling Brittany, I mean, there might not have been anybody hotter on the planet than she was, like, Wild Things. But, like, looking back, Dina Meyer would be, like, my...
I would love to know more about your sexual preferences some other time,
Who
maybe.
said
But
anything about sexual preferences?
with the movie language, I think it's very specific and explicit that it's like, he tells her, I think I'm going to sign up for the army tomorrow. And she leans in and there's like a close up and she goes, well, my dad's out of town tonight.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it couldn't be more telegraphed.
Boing,
like,
boing, boing.
yeah, maybe
Instant
this will
boner.
happen more if I join the military.
From what I've heard Paul Verhoeven say, like, Starship Troopers exists as a propaganda movie within this, like, futuristic fascist society, right? So, like, it's almost like if you wanted to make a movie recruiting people into this world, like Lone Survivor or something like that, you would make a movie like this, right? Where it's, like, super cool and you have, like, a hot love triangle and, like, all that stuff, right? So it's like he goes to war because it's a propaganda movie for these
There's
people.
going to be hot chicks in the military.
You'll resign, and that's all there is to it. It may look bad, but if that's the worst you suffer, then that's fine.
I won't quit.
I'm telling you, you will. You're not going back. You're going on vacation.
I am not going on vacation. I want to be a citizen. It's my decision. I made it.
You walk out that door, you are cut off, young man. You understand me? All right, that's it. You are cut off!
Johnny, why won't you change your mind? Does citizenship mean that much to you?
Yeah, sure.
I hope so. I hope you don't ruin your life over some silly little girl who wants to look handsome in a uniform.
I'd probably take a gap year on Zegama Beach, I guess, before going to Harvard. I don't know if the military life would be for me. And it
Yeah,
sounds like he's
definitely
not going to have any student loans afterwards either because he's super rich.
Do they have co-ed showers at those beaches, or is that just a military thing?
I feel like the society
Keep it in your pants, Josh.
is okay with nudity. It's just actual sex you got to get a license for. Unless you're in the military, then I guess you can just have sex with your
boss. No, you're literally your boss.
Yeah.
You can have sex with your squad.
We mentioned the pact. They part ways, but promise to keep in touch.
Can I just say, though, when they're taking their vow, their flag is like the most Nazi eagle-looking shit I've ever seen in their life. Like, it's barely not a Hitler symbol.
Oh, yeah.
And it just gets like more and more like Hitler imagery as the movie goes on.
The flag, or like their logo, is definitely like very SS-ish.
Pap, how does Rico's basic training go, and who is his drill instructor? Do you know the actor?
His basic training goes okay at first. It's an up and down journey. Who's the actor?
Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown is a drill instructor. Rico is not initially tapped for leadership, I guess. Like I said, it's like an up and down journey that he has. At one point, like Diz shows up, and it's also going to be in his like basic training unit. There's a lot going on here. He also meets. This has got to be like Gary Busey's son, right? Jake
It is
Busey.
Jake Busey.
Ace.
Yes, Jake Busey. Yeah,
Looks just like his dad.
Does a great job.
Yeah.
I like him in this movie.
Johnny initially rises through the ranks, but has some issues with procedure and removing a helmet. We also get South Bend native Hank from Breaking Bad in this part.
Yeah.
As the Admiral.
Mm-hmm.
The death of like one of his teammates like really messes him up, right? Like that's pretty much the pivotal part of his journey.
Yeah, that's just about 2 minutes after he gets the promotion to squadron leader. He gets it ripped away from him after taking this guy's helmet off during a live fire drill. This guy gets shot in the head, and he has to take the punishment for it. And his punishment is 10 lashes, like in front of everybody. And so he does that, and then Korey, he still decides that he should drop out for some reason, even after taking this punishment. Why is he thinking that?
Well, he's coming to terms with his like reasoning why he joined, right? He's like, well, I joined for Carmen. She dumped me. You know, I fucked up. I thought I would be successful here, and I'm not. So maybe I should quit. But it's a turning point at that moment in the movie because that happens to be when Buenos Aires supposedly gets attacked by the bugs and is destroyed.
What timing?
So he's really got nowhere else to go. And I gotta say, when it comes to like the basic training aspect of any military movie, even a sci-fi movie like this one, they're always very memorable if done well. You know, when you think back on like your classic Full Metal Jacket, or I don't know, maybe even like a movie like Jarhead, the basic training scenes are pretty memorable.
Let's get down to business.
Mulan, of course, being a classic because of its iconic song. But there's some cool stuff in basic training, like Jake Busey mouthing off to his drill instructor, Clancy Brown, and saying like, why do we got to learn how to throw knives? You know, there's no point to this. We just got to push a button.
Sir, I don't understand. Who needs a knife in a nuke fight anyway? All you gotta do is push a button, sir.
Cease fire. Put your hand on that wall, trooper. Put your hand on that wall. The enemy cannot push a button if you disable his hand.
He gets a demonstration, very violently so, about why that's needed.
And I think the video conference calls are huge too, because not only does Rico just happen to be talking to his parents when the nukes strike from the bugs, but earlier you all mentioned that like he's coming to terms with the Denise Richards stuff. Well, it's because she sent him a Dear John Zoom message. And I gotta say, to your point in that like screenshot you sent, Brett, there's a little hint in the movie that still exists. She's sitting there talking to him, and everyone's like, she's like looking all hot. She's in her private quarters, and she's talking to him, and everyone's kind of distracting him, but it shows the screen, and you can hear her like door buzzer buzz, and she gets like kind of this look on her face, and then it like,
really?
Cuts to her where she's like, look how beautiful Saturn is. You would love Saturn, or whatever the planet is. And it's like very much implying like, yeah, I think that's one of the things that hit me today. Like I think she was doing some things before she broke up with him, and it just made it seem even more dirty. She's the one that's all
Xander's
big on
holding
this.
the camera.
This isn't what you do to your friends forever, let alone
like-
your boyfriend. Come
It's
on.
like Saturn's so beautiful. He's like, I want to see your anus. You know? You remember that part?
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, like we said, talk about timing. Rico is getting this message from his parents, and the bugs have attacked Earth. Right as this call is going on, he just hangs up. He doesn't think anything of it, really. And Rico is walking out of boot camp when everybody starts running away, and they're saying they're going to war.
Going to
Josh,
war!
Oh, jeez.
Josh, Carmen and Rico meet again before the invasion on the bug home planet. How does it go? And who wins the fight with Xander?
Oh man, I don't know who wins that fight. It gets
Xander
broken up.
wins a lot of it, though.
Xander's just sitting there like dropping bows on his stomach for a while. But he does get rocked in the face.
Right in the solar plexus.
I don't know who wins the fight, but basically, like, yeah, it shows the conflict. Again, that the B story kind of touches up against the A story here for a minute, and someone says, like, fly team and army don't mix, or there's a couple different, like, puns they have for, like,
Guess we die and you fly.
yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
I'm sure stuff commonly said in our real military.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it's just like it's kind of pointing out like the infantry people have to party and rely on each other more because their job is just so much harder. It's crazy. Everyone ends up risking their life and like going through a lot, and I think this movie points that out. But as for the infantry, oh my goodness, like it's not even close. It's so brutal. They go have tattoos for fun.
Laser tattoos.
Yeah,
Laser
at least
tattoos.
it's quick, but it probably hurts really bad.
And then Jake Busey, Dick,
pouring whiskey on it. Yeah,
fucking insane.
But you're right, Josh. Like the mobile infantry, their jobs are pretty brutal, and we see that shortly after. Like the first action scene of this movie is about an hour in. And we see the brutality of their version of war. And of course, you know, we see the special effects in this movie and like how the bugs look and like what the battle scenes are like. And I do got to say on that topic that even though this movie is from 1997, it's pretty legit. Like, I think it looks pretty fucking good.
Hard agree. I haven't watched this movie in a while, but seeing it today, the bugs are terrifying and very realistic looking.
Yes, some of the killing aspects and the monsters look good. The fire stuff looks bad, like when they get set on fire. But yeah, I mean, from 97, it looks pretty good.
Really cool guns, really cool armor on all the military guys.
Unlimited ammo until the story calls for them to run out of bullets.
Mm-hmm.
They got future tech, you know, but they don't have what's very famous in the book, which I think, you know, Robert Heinlein, who wrote this book, is a very famous author. Like, he's had a huge body of work, and he's kind of like worshipped in a way by, you know, his fans. But famously in the book, they had like mech suits, and that just wasn't feasible for this movie.
That's cool.
But I like to think of them like Edge of Tomorrow style mech suits. And I think one or some of the sequels, they do have that. But, you know, the sequels were
later,
like just kind of straight to DVD slop, as far as I understand. Not made with the care or the, you know, not made by Paul Verhoeven, certainly.
It's like 4 of them, right?
Yeah, something like that. Because this movie, like, it got famous, I think, when it became like VHS/DVD. Like, it got famous a little bit later.
Yeah, that's how I watched it. I think I watched my uncle's copy a dozen times on VHS a long time ago.
Yeah.
And one thing that's kind of really normalized in this military is the use of like mini nukes.
Yeah. That's not how I'm like, that's not how nukes work, guys.
Yeah. There'd also be fallout, and you guys would all be exposed to
all be
radiation.
dead. Yeah, if you didn't die, you'd wish you would die.
Well, I didn't interpret him as like an actual nuke, like
Yeah, I didn't really either.
as like a bomb that was dropped on Japan necessarily, but just like a very powerful small explosive of some kind.
Definitely.
But that'll come into play in a couple different scenes. It's just, I mean, it's basically like a rocket launcher or something that they shoot this giant explosive from or whatever. And I guess that's kind of, if you're calling it a nuke, I was interpreting it as like, okay, well, we've kind of normalized nukes in this society, when today it would be such a huge deal if a nuke goes off, but this society is such a wartime fascist kind of regime or whatever, that like just firing off a nuke is kind of commonplace.
Yeah, just a little nuke, not
Just
a big.
drop a quick nuke on them.
And that's kind of where Jake Busey's kind of spiel in boot camp comes from. Is like, why don't we just drop a nuke on him? Brett, where do Rico and Diz get reassigned to after that terrible invasion that they tried to pull on that planet? Didn't go well. Rico gets really injured. He just sustains a pretty bad leg injury and is considered like killed in action.
Yeah. They get reassigned to the Roughnecks, which are like I guess if were all like Marines before, and please no Marines, don't get mad at me, but like these would be like the Special Forces type, like they're the more elite.
Green Berets or something.
Green Beret, Delta Force, anything like that. Rangers.
And yeah, they run into who?
They're Professor Rajek?
Rajak or something?
Michael
Rajak?
Michael Ironside's character. He's got a new arm. I don't know if we mentioned that early when he's at the high school with the oldest high school students probably ever. He's missing, I don't know, half of his forearm down to his hand, I guess. But he's got a new mechanical arm.
It looks sick.
It's interesting. It seems like they have like cybernetics and like advanced technology that they can give you, but they only seem to be available for people that are in active duty in the military. Mm-hmm. Because even like the recruiter guy who they see earlier is like missing limbs, but he doesn't have cybernetics, because he's not like on the field. They use that tech sparingly, it seems like.
Yeah, one thing that really, I forgot about it until I saw it again in this movie, but when the guy breaks his forearm or whatever and he gets that like kind of cast with like liquid or whatever in it, that is like such a futuristic looking piece of just idea that someone had. That is, I think, is so cool looking. But
at the same time, that's literally what I thought when I first saw it, but the more I looked at it, I thought it was just like a water cast.
But yeah, it seems like that must be like part of sort of the healing process in the future, is like submerging them in water of some kind.
Well, yeah, they put Johnny Rico straight up in the Star Wars Bacta tank, right?
Yeah, they rebuilt his muscle.
It's very Luke Skywalker in that moment on Hoth.
I loved what you said about the recruiter, though, Kylo, because his legs were missing, and they didn't give him cybernetics for that. But since he was a recruiter, he needed to write, so they did give him something for his hand, so he could write and like move the papers around.
Bare minimum.
So it's
but like the biggest fucking hand ever.
Keep those stumps below the desk. Yeah.
The Mobile Infantry made him the man he is today.
Yeah, that's a very poignant scene there. He's like, I'm going to salute Neil Patrick Harris when you get back. You're probably going to be way above me in terms of rank. And he congratulated Carmen. And then, yeah, he gives a handshake with his metal arm to Rico. And Rico sees that he has no legs. And yeah, it's just kind of a commentary on like how soldiers are treated.
Definitely.
Back here at home, or just cannon fodder for the meat grinder, the war machine, all that kind of stuff. But
this is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits. If you don't do your job, I'll shoot you. You get me?
We get you, sir!
Welcome to the Roughnecks.
Ratcats, Roughnecks!
At ease, listen up. Got a new Sky Marshal and a new battle plan. Gonna clean out the system's outlying Clendathu one planet at a time.
Tomorrow we hit Tango Urilla. After Fleet glasses the planet, MI mops up.
Yeah, like we said, he meets back up with Rajik, Michael Ironside. This also doesn't go well. Pap, we're on Planet P. They're trying to escape. Michael Ironside seems to have sort of a death wish, I guess. I mean, I think somebody says that he had kids back home on Buenos Aires and they're all dead. So he's kind of just like all about killing as many bugs as possible and trying to get off this planet, but it doesn't go so well for him.
He's fully committed to the cause, that's for sure, right? Like, and he rubs off in a lot of ways on Johnny Rico. Like, Johnny Rico really adapts a lot of the things he says and does in his style of leadership.
Yeah, so they have made it to this outpost. There's bugs surrounding them. They're completely surrounded. They're trying to hold them off as long as possible until they can get extracted from a pilot up above in space. And we got Rajik, who, I mean, he's doing his best to get everybody back to the plane or whatever, and then the ground kind of crumbles beneath him. He gets his lower body chopped off. He doesn't make it. He asks Rico to take him out. And is this the same battle where Diz dies as well? She's like throwing a grenade into a flame-throwing beetle's mouth and then gets stabbed by...
Smiling on, like, she just feels really good about herself.
That's all on Planet P, but we'd be remiss if we don't mention Johnny and Diz doing the deed.
Getting the jizz.
Oh, of course, yes. Well, yeah, I guess they do have like one successful battle where Johnny impresses Michael Ironside. He like rides a giant tanker bug or whatever and throws a grenade in its back. And he becomes like second in command because the other guy got taken away by a giant bug. They have one night of fun where they get beer imported, they get footballs, they get a little violin.
Yeah, a future violin.
Yeah, Diz and Johnny do the deed. Yeah, there's also a funny scene where what's-his-face, Jake Busey is kind of like playing the violin while they're dancing and like playing right in between them, playing kind of like a sexy tune or whatever. It's really funny.
Yeah, I always remember that scene too. It's like it sticks with you in the movie. There's like a few things in this movie that like have always been with me, and like seeing like Jake Busey like grin as he's like right up on their shit playing this green violin.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely one of them.
Is the knife in the hand one of them too?
Not for me.
Because that's another Jake Busey moment.
Oh, when he gets the knife thrown in his hand. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, this movie has a lot of memorable scenes in it. Anything else from this night of fun before it all goes wrong for Rajik and Diz?
It's just it's very telling of the society too that like the only real sex scene we have, even after we've seen all of these like super attractive people showering together in a totally non-sexy way. Like,
they're mostly all dead though.
Yeah, that's true. But like Michael Ironside like basically gives them permission to bang. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, go ahead. I'll give you 20 minutes. Like, it's somehow like all tied to this military fascist controlling sex. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like within the context of the movie,
I don't agree with that personally.
Why? What do you mean?
He's not giving them permission to have sex per se. He's just saying, he said, let's move out in 10 minutes. He's like, all right, why don't you go ahead and take it. He's not giving them, but he's just giving them more time because they probably could die at any second. I don't think he's giving them, like, I guess permission, we're talking about two different definitions.
Yeah, probably. I'm more saying like too, like Michael Ironside is like this like awesome deified middle manager basically within the movie, but like Korey said, as soon as like Johnny Rico takes his position, he just resumes that exact same cog in the machine, right? Like saying the exact same things that he said.
I do got to say that Johnny Rico's like football training has really helped him out. Like not only in basic training where like they do like the
jump flippy
with him and Diz doing the football plays, but I think it helps him like do his leap on top of the giant bug when he tosses the grenade in it. You know, he's learned a lot from that sci-fi future version of football, I think. It's really helped him out.
Yeah, I mean, those same moves transfer over so well to killing bugs in the future.
Go Tigers.
But yeah, they have another mission the very next day or whatever. It goes horribly well. They're trying to hold this outpost. It doesn't go well. They're trying to get extracted. Like we said, Ironside and Diz both die during that scene. And Diz has a really sad, not very well acted scene on the plane as they
She's
escape.
better than that.
You don't like her death scene, Mikey? Why not?
I don't think. I mean, I like her in this whole movie. I think she's great. But I don't think this was her best scene. And I think dying in a movie is hard to do, anyways. But I'm not
Dark
gonna.
Knight Rises has like one of the worst.
I'm not gonna hate on her for it. I just didn't think it was very good, and he's not really given her much of anything to bounce off of either.
Johnny, I'm dying. I'm dying.
No. You're gonna be alright, Diz.
It's alright. Because I got to have you. Johnny, don't let me go. Don't.
She dies, and Rico finds himself on the plane with Carmen. Pap, what is kind of the tension between Carmen and Rico? I mean, Carmen thought Rico was dead for a couple days there.
Yeah, while he's holding his new lover as she dies. I mean, they're friends for life, like they said. There's also this officer, foot soldier dynamic that's happening between them as well. So Rico really wants to turn the ship around. Like, let's go bomb the fuck out of him right now. And Carmen's gonna hold him back a little bit, right? There's a broader plan. I think we see the fleet of ships flying towards Planet P, right?
Mm.
There's some more intelligence that needs to happen.
Yeah, we get Diz's funeral. Josh, Carl shows up. He kind of explains that they were sent there, which was essentially a trap. They just needed to find what there on this Planet P.
Yeah, I think they identified this particular planet as like it's very probable that one of the intelligent sources or something like that of these bugs is here.
Brain bug.
I don't know if they called it that yet, but yeah, that's it. They end up calling it the brain bug, and I think like we even got a hint of it earlier because there's a battle scene where they're looking at like all these people that got messed up in the fort previous to them, and one of the guys at a control panel has like his brain scooped out. It's actually pretty horrifying. Comes up later too in an unexpected way, but like yeah, the brain bug is here, and Neil Patrick Harris, you know, I think it's much to Rico's chagrin because after they get like swamped and tricked and they keep getting fucked up on this planet, he's like, we gotta nuke this planet, and the higher command is like, we have bigger plans. We got to go back. We have to keep going back.
You're aliens.
We have to keep sacrificing soldiers.
Yeah.
I don't want to jump ahead, but
well, go for it.
The brain bug, fellas, we're all on the same page here, right? Like that thing is
that thing is juicy.
Not my proudest fap, but it is.
Wow.
Gross.
Don't leave Pappy and the brain bug alone in a room.
Right? I mean, like, we all see it, you know? Like, it's...
More like Fappy.
Yeah, it's there.
What are you trying to say?
It's a vagina. It looks like a vag, right? It's a big vag with eyes.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I'm saying it's cool, right, guys? We all
No. Okay. I hated everything about that.
We all like it.
Uh-huh.
A lot.
Just let him simmer in this one, Mikey.
No, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
The design is haunting. It's gross.
Yeah, I don't like it. I've never liked
It's
it.
disgusting. It's so mucusy. You know, all the eyes is very off-putting. And
It's just like white goo coming out of that little gaping hole. It's so gross.
it's creamy. It's very creamy.
Oh god!
Exactly, Brett.
I thought I was gross saying white goo, and then you said creamy. God.
And it sucks your brains out in chunks and somehow knows how to like read that brain matter for information. It's really gross to think about.
Yeah, the brain sucking, that I feel like that was very scary back in the day, watching it as a much younger child.
They didn't just like tell you that like it sucks out the brain, and they didn't just show you that it sucks out the brain. They actually showed you the aftermath of what someone looks like immediately after getting their brain sucked out. And it's like you become like a hollow shell. It's like it sucks out your soul, Shang Tsung style, right? Like
Multiple people come over and like put their like finger in it to prove it's hollow. It's like stop doing that.
Like, yeah, he sticks his fingers. Yeah, it's so gross. Like
Just got to make sure his brain's gone, I guess.
It's like in Tropic Thunder where Ben Stiller picks up, he thinks it's a prop. It's just he's got a severed head.
That doesn't taste good.
They sucked his brains out.
I feel like I worry. This stuff sticks out to me, and it doesn't matter at all. But like when Xander gets brained at the end, I mean, that thing impales right in the middle of his brain. Like, wouldn't that probably kill you like right away? But he's having like the worst death of all time for 12 seconds.
Yeah, it's like extensive, right? It's like getting like an object lodged into your brain. You're right, it would probably kill you. But in this movie, it's like he's got to suffer for a little while until the last little piece of brain is vacuumed out.
Because like in real life, that would probably be a decent death because he probably wouldn't feel anything. But in this, it's like, like
maybe to extract the information, you need to be alive for a little while. But there's another problem I have with this scene too, or maybe just a question for you guys: is that same knife? That same type of knife that went through Jake Busey's hand earlier.
Yeah.
Like, they make a point to show that poor man Rob Lowe has that. And as they go into, like, this torture chamber, instead of, like, using it himself, for some reason, Xander passes it back to Denise Richards to use. He could have done the same exact move and cut off its, like, nose proboscis thing too, right? Like, and then there would have been two of them alive. Why did he pass it to her? His arms were free.
Chivalry. I don't know. That's a good question.
Is it chivalrous for King Arthur to like give his
to get your brain sucked out
sword to Maid Marian and she fights? Like what?
Guinevere?
Yeah.
Maid Marian.
There's nothing more chivalrous than getting your brain sucked out, Mikey.
Yeah.
For the person you love. Getting some good head.
Some good brain.
But while all this is going on, Rico gets a tingle. He doesn't know where it's coming from, but
What is that?
They're in the tunnels on the bug planet, and he gets a tingle. And he tells his squad, I gotta go it alone unless two volunteers want to come with me. And he just says that he knows where Carmen is at. It's this opposite way from where the mission should be going, and he takes Jake Busey and who's this other guy is like, isn't he on The Walking Dead or something? He looks familiar.
Yeah, he's Gabriel on The Walking Dead.
Yeah. I haven't seen him in I didn't know he was in this movie, but he kind of plays like a soldier who's kind of seen it all. He seems like he's kind of been through a lot of shit, and he's just kind of a hardened soldier. What's his name?
Well, his name's Seth Gilliam in real life, but he's Sugar Watkins in Sugar Watkins. Yeah, it's his name in this movie, I think.
Is he the guy who's basically like the next up and coming Rico? He's the guy who says Rico's spoilers.
Yeah, Rico's Rough Riders. He's the one that right away is like
Spoiler man, spoilers.
Trying to kind of like rough him up. not rough him up, but like be like, that's my squad. That's my squad. But he ends up being pretty cool.
Who are all these kids? We got reinforced. Most of them are fresh out of boot.
They're the old men, Ace. This is for all you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights. No one quits. You don't do your job, I'll kill you myself. Do you get me?
We thank you, sir!
Welcome to the Roughnecks.
Rico's Roughnecks!
He ends up being kind of the hero at the end of this movie, sacrifices himself after Rico and Jake Busey find Carmen. She's there alone, kind of shooting off all these bugs, or holding off all these bugs. They're shooting him off. He gets hit by a bug. Sugar Watkins gets hit by a bug. He's going to sacrifice himself with one of these mini nukes. And he kind of holds down the fort, lays down cover fire or whatever so they can escape. And blows himself up and sacrifices himself. And as soon as the gang gets back to the surface, they get news that they have captured the big brain bug, just like a football field away or whatever in some other tunnel. And Korey, what is this scene? And Neil Patrick Harris shows up and he says what to this bug?
Yes, a famous moment in the movie, obviously, right? We got Zim Clancy Brown, who took a demotion to join the front lines.
That, by the way.
He's the one that is identified as the person that captured the big brain bug, which we saw earlier, then kind of escaped through a tunnel. And then Neil Patrick Harris approaches it very slowly, calmly, puts his hand on it, uses his Professor X mind-reading abilities to declare to all the troops that it's afraid.
What's it thinking, Colonel?
It's afraid.
It's afraid!
And everyone cheers, of course, at this moment. I think the idea here is that, like, in a lot of cases, this war seems like and almost certainly is unwinnable, right? Like, there's no way they can defeat the amount of bugs that they have. Like, bugs, you're led to believe just by, like, common insect knowledge and seeing how many there are. Like, their breeding is probably beating the breeding of people, and they will win this war. But I think it's like you need these small victories to keep the morale of the troops up. Like, it's afraid. It's like, okay, well, we've won a small battle there just by the fact that it's afraid of us. So that kind of is the uplifting note that the movie ends on. But the war is not over, I'm sure, by any means. You know, the war continues and the propaganda continues. And the propaganda is, we have the big brain bug and it's afraid of us. Join up today and show it what you're made of.
That's not all it is. It's like a high note that, yes, even though, like, we had to kill a lot of bugs, we had a lot of people die, but these creatures that are willing to, like, dig our brains out, we finally got the upper hand. And what do we start doing immediately? Drilling into its brain. Like, in the propaganda footage.
It's almost kind of makes you sad.
Yeah.
That's some of the scariest footage, actually, when they just, like, start poking holes in it and it's, like, all chained up. That's really gross and freaky.
They have a really cool prop that they shove right in its vagina face. You know, it's like a speculum of, like, the sharp speculum of doom.
Yeah, like you said, there's one last propaganda video that's, like, showing what we've accomplished in this movie. We now have a brain bug, and they're torturing it for quote-unquote information or how to kill it more efficiently, stuff like that. And that's kind of the end of the movie. I mean, we don't really see where Rico or Carmen or anybody else kind of ends up. I mean, Rico is in charge of another squadron, and it looks like he's taking them out on another mission, but it's not exactly clear, I mean, what his fate is like long term.
It's more about like the cycle, though, right? It's like the cycle never stops with this, and I don't think it ever will.
We got a new batch of recruits. He says to Jake Busey, "We're the old guys now." I mean, and they've only been soldiers for, it seems like 6 months at most, maybe a year or two, maybe.
That's way above the common life expectancy of mobile infantry.
I just hope he doesn't go crawling back to Carmen. I don't know what they do in the sequels. I don't even think these characters or actors are necessarily in the sequels, but like...
He's in the third one at least, I believe.
As far as these two characters, it's like, dude, be friends with Carmen, quote unquote, forever, but move on. Please.
There's still a chance. Any other final thoughts? That's the end of the movie.
So, Josh, I think, mentioned earlier that Dean Norris, we've said before, South Bend, Indiana. I actually found out that the guy who gets shot in the head in the training, he's in like a billion different things. He's like got like the Breckenridge, you know what I'm talking about? He's the one that broke his arm.
Yes.
Yeah, he gets shot in the face.
Eric Russ-Scotter, he's actually born in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And the girl who leaves after he dies, they met on that movie and they got married.
Oh.
Ah. The girl who shoots him in the face, he marries?
She's not the one who shot him, I don't think. The black girl who left because she got sad.
No, she shot him.
She shot him.
Oh, she did? Okay.
So she got kicked out and isn't able to have babies anymore because of this incident.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of self-pity, though. I mean, she killed someone.
Hopefully some babies in real life.
That's very sweet.
But yeah, I didn't know that. And I'm sure I knew that he was from Fort Wayne, but I was looking for other people. But that's... Oh, Josh, you were talking about where like the commercials kind of came up and it was like, are you interested in this? Like the first one they show, the first set, do you remember the psychic guy?
Yeah, the slick back hair. Are you psychic?
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, Josh?
Yeah.
That's actually Lassiter from Psych. Like the grumpy detective in Psych.
Oh, yeah.
He's just really young there. But yeah.
Good old Lassie.
Good old Lassie.
Some of those are crazy. Isn't one like an execution live streaming on all of the channels?
Yeah.
And it like the same day.
Yeah.
Dude, there's some pretty decent up-and-coming actors in this movie, like Amy Smart. Obviously had a pretty good career after this. Denise Richards.
NPH, of
like
course.
I said, NPH. Who he looks terrible.
Rue
in this movie.
McClanahan.
Like, he must have been, Rue McClanahan. R.I.P. But, yeah, Dean Norris obviously was...
What's wrong with MPH? Why does he look horrible?
You know how he looks when he shows up in Harold and Kumar? He like looks all pale and drugged out. I feel like he looks like that at this time. He also wasn't like really famous at this time. He was just kind of in between.
I think he's supposed to look, at least later in the movie, like really stressed out and beaten down, like soul weary.
He does. So, yeah, but that's pretty much all I have. I don't.
This is for the species, ladies and gentlemen.
I have a question for Korey. Because you said that you've seen this movie a lot, right? Like 13, 14 times probably?
I've seen it a lot.
So, at what age did you realize it was a satire? Because I feel like in a weird way, to take a step back, it's like a very pointed satire, but it's also not like they look directly in the camera and wink, too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like... I feel like if I saw this when I was 12 years old, I would think it was just a straight up sick sci-fi movie.
Yeah, I think I did see it at 12 years old.
Yeah.
And I did think it was a sick sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
I did not recognize the satire in this until I was a young adult.
Agreed.
And, I just thought it was a cool kind of hidden gem rental that I somehow found with great special effects, great action, and just kind of some funny moments, but not fully recognizing like the message of the movie about the wrongness of the world that we are seeing, about how it is, it's glorified in this movie, but yet made to be unappealing.
There's something about it being a satire parody that actually doesn't fully work for me, though. It doesn't actually, still to this day, doesn't fully sit, because I don't...
Because it's kind of cool when they're killing the bugs. Like that moth thing.
I mean, you like the... You're truly rooting for certain characters from beginning to end, but I think...
Yeah.
Something that was pointed out to me today was that the book... I guess the director of this movie read the book and was like using the way he made the movie to like poke fun at the book, who took this very seriously. So does that make it like click more, or does that make it even make like less sense? Actually,
He actually said he read 2 chapters and was so bored and depressed that he asked someone to tell him what the book was
Well,
about.
the lead writer, his writing partner from like RoboCop, Newmeyer, I think his name is, read the book and then like summarized it for him and wrote the movie, obviously.
What do you think, Pap? Because sometimes it seems like it is being an accidental B movie. But then if you point that like it's just doing that for satire, I don't know if that's true all the time in all of the scenes, I guess is what I'm saying. I don't know if
for sure.
I feel like that's the magic trick this movie pulls off, where it's like it can straddle that line of mostly being a schlocky, fun sci-fi movie, but from the early like commercials, learn more clicks. Like by the time NPH walks in full like Nazi regalia garb, like at that point you're like, okay, like if you don't get it at that point, then it's like,
But
okay,
that almost
watch this
seems
again.
forced a little bit.
Yeah, but it is at the very end of the movie, right? Like he kind of strings you along. And it's like, okay, if you don't get it at this point, here's a straight up fucking Nazi. Like, do you get it now? Like, you know,
Get it?
inviting you to watch again. Yeah, it's the rat.
Josh, I think I read that when the director Verhoeven ever read it, he didn't like he said it was like way too right wing, and he didn't like how it was written. But like apparently the fans, like diehard fans of the book, said that he completely misread the situation, and he was more of a libertarian who was like commentating on. So I don't. By the time the movie was made, I don't know how much of the original novel was actually in it.
There is debate among readers of the book, fans and non-fans alike, if Robert Heinlein was into this idea or not. I think it does remain a little bit unclear.
Another final thought I had, Mikey. Blanche from Golden Girls
Oh,
is
yeah.
the blind biology teacher.
Yeah, Rue McClanahan.
But I guess just to full circle that last conversation.
You know, skip over Blanche.
I don't watch this movie in the same way. I don't like. Wait, what?
Why are you skipping over Blanche? Give her moment.
Wow.
Let her shine. She's great.
She can shine.
Thank you for being a friend.
She's won an Emmy, so
This movie doesn't give you the same feeling as watching a parody like Scary Movie 2 or The Death of Stalin or Young Frankenstein, maybe, or Blazing Saddles. It's not quite that far on the spectrum, and I like what you said, Pappy. Maybe it's a little magic trick because anyone can take what they want. And when you're young and you watch this, it's just a fun movie where you see a co-ed shower scene and a lot of people fight bugs. It's cool.
Mm-hmm. You watch Airplane, it's clearly a parody of disaster movies, right? You watch this, it actually works as an action movie in a way that Airplane doesn't work as a disaster movie.
Thank you.
Deftly done.
Yeah, that's what's great about this movie, right? There's a story under the story, as I like to say.
I have one more final thought. It was like one of the weirdest things I've ever read, and I guess maybe Korey can, if he'd heard this, maybe he can tell me if it's true or not. Actually, I think it was confirmed, but have you guys heard the story about like the shooting of the shower scene?
No, I don't think so.
Yes.
Which story?
So apparently, they knew this co-ed shower scene was going to go on, but they were all like a little nervous. So the cinematographer, probably the writer, I don't know, maybe that one, whatever his name is, he said, he was like trying to convince them to do it, and they were like, if it's so easy, then you do it. So he decided him and Paul, the director, both decided that they would shoot that scene, and they were both naked when they did it to make the actors feel more comfortable.
I don't
and
think...
apparently they both confirmed that happened. That's what they said.
I don't think there is a Paul Verhoeven movie without nudity in existence.
Yeah, no, definitely not. And he said this was like the first co-ed shower scene, but he like really wanted you to know that he had one in RoboCop, but it got almost completely cut out, and people couldn't tell. Like, he really, really wanted that. And I get it. Like, they're trying to show that gender and race, nothing matters. You're all one team.
Yeah.
You're all meat for the meat grinder.
I get it. It's very progressive, but at the same time, I just get the picture, like, I see him walking over to Diz and being like, would it be more comfortable for you if your naked body was accompanied with my naked body close by? It's like,
Well,
dude, no.
Nah.
Apparently the other
Please
guy was the one that
excuse
was
my boner.
He was all for it, the other guy, because he said he grew up in a nude colony, but like Paul Verhoeven or whatever was a lot more, didn't really want to do it. And apparently, once he got naked, Casper Van Dien's like, "Gosh dang it, Dina," or like gross, like, you know, like, and that like lightened the mood apparently. And they, but that's just a really weird thing. I mean, I'm with you, Josh. It's like he kind of has a creepy vibe, especially like look at some of his movies. But you know, that was loud. That's all I have.
If my wiener is breathing the same air as your wiener, all wieners breathe together.
That's Wiener squared.
Would you like to know more?
All right, let's go east to west for yes or no's.
Yes. I at one point, Brittany looked at me during this movie and she said, basically, I can't believe I couldn't tell that this was like a parody, like a satire. It's like so obvious now, like just how goofy it was. Not goofy in a bad way, but, and this movie is one of those, I'm not going to say it's bad, but it's like not perfect. The acting is not perfect, but I mean, gosh darn it, this is definitely an enjoyable movie. It hits on a lot of really, really cool notes, and it does a lot of things well. Casper Van Dien's not going to win any awards for acting, but like, you know, he owes his career or whatever.
Yeah, cult classic for sure.
And yeah, definitely, it's gotten pretty big, cult classic-y. I was reading about it. It came out like a week or something, like a few weeks before Titanic, and it was right after a bunch of alien movies, and I think people were like tired of it. They were like really confused about like why it didn't work, but it is what it is, and what it is just it's darn enjoyable. It's a yes for me, solid yes.
Josh
from Goshen, solid yes from me. Just like I know you guys said it was cheesy that they had unlimited ammo, but just to get that like Contra video game feel of just shooting the limbs off of aliens. It's good stuff.
And jumping and doing a flip.
Getting power-ups, shooting bombs. That's part of, like, there's this thing where you press A in Contra and any enemy on the screen dies, and you somehow don't suffer any fallout damage, radiation damage at all. It's fine. I think the more I think about it, Pappy, what you said was the magic trick of this movie. It's like ringing true. It's like the show South Park can have poop jokes, but also say really interesting things about like politics or maybe even religion. And this movie can have gratuitous shower scenes. It can have bad acting just so that you can look at a pretty person and just gore out the wazoo. But maybe it can say a couple of things about fascism is bad. Maybe, Pappy, in your yes or no, you can shed a light on if it goes much deeper than that. But I think it's kind of got half of the magic trick down. And for that, and just for all the action, hugely commendable. Big yes, Josh from Goshen. Long household classic, I might add, Pappy. This is a DVD me and Jordan visited many
PJ's
times.
video classic, Josh.
No, we own this DVD.
Wow.
Big time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hard yes. And basically echoing exactly what you just said, Josh. I love the schlockiness of this movie, but I also really dig the underlying political message. And, you know, if I didn't know and saw this for the first time in like 2050 without any context, I'd be like, oh, this probably came out in like 2004 as a response to like 9/11 and the war in Iraq, right? Like it's crazy prophetic that this happened 4 years before 9/11, even down to like all of the battles with the bugs are happening like in the desert, you know, probably some Desert Storm influence happening. But I don't know, man. I'm never bored watching this movie. Like either the action's working or it's like just silly enough with like the commercials and stuff, or I'm seeing NPH in a Nazi uniform and be like, oh yeah, I think I get it. So yeah, hard yes. Good pick, Mikey. Fun spoilers episode. We should do more Paul Verhoeven. I think the Mad Dutchman is like underrepresented. We've done like way more of other directors who are undeserving.
More nudity on the docket.
This is Korey. I'm going to give this movie a yes. Classic movie from my youth, and just a classic cult movie in general. It's, you know, one of Paul Verhoeven's great movies that he's made, at least of the ones I've seen. He's made a ton of movies in Holland that I have not seen, but really like it. The action it's digestible enough for just being an action movie, and like has been said, it also has other things to say. I think that makes it unique among what could have been a throwaway action movie, but I think you gotta hold these special effects in high regard for when this movie was made. I like to make this comparison all the time on Big Dumb Movie, but the 1995 Power Rangers movie has a lot of use of special effects in the third act of the movie, and it's some of the worst ever. And that was a huge budgeted major motion picture. And this movie, which is a much smaller movie, the special effects, specifically the CGI, look way better. And you got to give them their props for that. You know, they pulled it off here, I think, really well. It was interesting to hear that this went against Titanic. I also see that it went against maybe what people might have thought would be a similar movie, Alien Resurrection. So I'm sure that wasn't helpful for it.
Scream 2.
But yeah, it's a yes from me. Great movie. That's it.
Korey, is that Ivan Ooze or Turbo?
Ivan Ooze, 95.
Mikey from Chicago. Yeah, this was my pick. I feel like this has got to be either the first rated R movie I've ever seen, or probably one of the first 5 rated R movies I've ever seen. And I remember watching this a bunch at my grandma's house. This was one of my uncle's movies on VHS. Watching this a lot. Just thought it was really entertaining. Loved how scared it made me from the bugs. The bugs were terrifying in this movie. And I think the effects definitely hold up for me. I feel like maybe we don't even have to go past special effects in Starship Troopers. I think this is the peak. We don't have to go any farther than this. I think it looks great in this movie. Everything else past that is just too much, maybe. I just really love this movie. I love the themes that it's trying to portray with this fascist society that has overtaken Earth, but everything feels kind of justified in their pursuit of like eliminating the bugs. Because I mean, if you've seen these bugs, I'm sure you'd think that it would be a terrible force to come up against. I mean, it would be absolutely a bloodbath if you went into war against these things. So it's kind of like the collective of humanity against these bugs. Are they right in the pursuit to kind of wipe them out? Yeah, it's just, I think it's a really great movie. Lots of really cool special effects and stuff. And just a bunch of amazing actors that like I totally forgot about were in this movie. It's kind of stacked top to bottom throughout the whole thing. And like Pap said, I'm never bored watching this. I think this is one of the one of the few movies where it's just I'm looking at the screen the entire time. I'm never looking down at my phone. So I think that's a really good sign of a great movie. And this is definitely a over 90 minutes runtime. So that is a knock against it. But I was never not entertained. So it was certainly a really fun watch after a long time not seeing it. And it's a super hard yes for me. So that was 4 yeses. That is a preserved movie. It's going to be a fresh bug brain for the spoilers rankings. And I know Korey's got to get out of here. I did have a fun little trivia that Josh kind of ruined.
Big trivia guy.
We're not going to do that, I guess, because he's just a crankmeister, doesn't want to do anything cool. So yeah, we're just going to do
it by practicing too much.
Closest
Helldiver
to
2.
I hope you wasted a lot of time at work practicing. But yeah, Helldivers 2 is a game loosely based on the movie Starship Troopers. This is my favorite game of like the last 2 years. This is, I think, the most immersive game I've played in a really long time. It takes a lot of, I mean, the game opens up with like a propaganda commercial, like ripped straight out of this movie. It's incredible. It's just the most action you'll have in a video game, I feel like, and it's extremely fun, very scary, going up against these bugs. You also get to go up against Terminator type enemies and alien enemies. And I think it's just one of the most fun games you could...
Where do you play this game?
I play it on Steam. You can play it on everything now. I think it just came out on Xbox. This is a very well-timed podcast. It just released on Xbox like 2 days ago. So like there's a whole new batch of players playing it. So
3 months and 2 days ago.
But right now I want you guys to guess closest to on Steam how many people were playing this game as of an hour ago. And we'll go well, I don't even know the order.
I have the order. I can tell you. Do you want most recent or least recent?
Whatever's fairest.
Definitely most recent. That'd be Josh
don't
with
like
Dogma.
Pappy.
Most recent.
I think Pappy, Kylo, and Brett all have to go.
No.
Don't they?
I don't have to
I
go.
don't have to go.
No
I want
way.
to have a chance.
I thought you said earlier. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have to go.
I haven't won in
Josh
like 4
wins.
years.
Yo!
Josh, go ahead. This is on Steam only. How many people are playing Helldivers 2, the greatest game of all time?
Steam is just for computer, PC?
Yep.
Interesting question. I'll say... That's really hard. 14,020.
Who's next, Pap?
Brett.
Stevie with There Will Be Blood. Brett with Brink.
I'll say 19 million.
And then me with Book of Henry. I'll say...
No.
Wait, Kylo's been... Who's had a longer break?
Book
You
of
or Kylo?
Henry?
Yes.
He brings it up every time. He's devastated about
Kylo's
it.
Battlefield Earth. It's been years. Literally years.
Oh, God.
5 years.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Which is why I'm going to say the strategic number of 69,420. Make it count.
Like it?
Kylo.
69,421.
I hate you so much, Kyle.
Wow. Brett, I love your enthusiasm. That would be crazy if
Yeah.
any game got that many players. 19 million would be just, I mean, that would be a world
I was
record.
going to say 131 million.
I
don't know anything about computer games, so.
As of an hour ago on Steam, Helldivers 2 had 123,000
What the fuck?
players. So your winner is Kylo Ren.
Victory is mine.
Formerly known.
If I may, let's give it a quick toss to Spoiler Man, and we'll come back and announce what movie we're going to be doing next for the movie game.
Special thank you to our patrons, Matt Troll,
I'm doing my part.
Brother Brian,
I'm doing my part.
Druid King,
I'm doing my part.
Nick,
I'm doing my part.
The Meg,
I'm doing my part.
Nurse Stacy,
I'm doing my part.
The Wolf.
I'm doing my part.
Barky 420.
I'm doing my part.
PK.
I'm doing my part.
Spencer.
I'm doing my part.
Gale.
I'm doing my part.
Swole.
I'm doing my part.
Cheese Zombie.
I'm doing my part.
Sebastian.
I'm doing my part.
Dr. Lar.
I'm doing my part.
Stone Cold Austin.
I'm doing my part.
Nephew Quinn.
I'm doing my part.
Best friend Drew.
I'm doing my part.
Shatty Daddy.
I'm doing my part.
Jimmy the Cricket.
I'm doing my part.
Optimus E.
I'm doing my part.
The Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla. Derbs.
I'm doing my part.
Teddy Ruxpin.
I'm doing my part.
Anton Mickelson.
I'm doing my part too.
If you'd like to request an episode, hear your name read by Spoiler Man, or even just help us make podcasts, please check us out on patreon.com/spoilerspodcast. Be sure to check out Korey's podcast, Big Dumb Movie. Our email is podcastspoilers@gmail.com. Twitter is @spoilers_pod. Our Instagram is podcast spoilers. It's lit. Josh Hensley from the Rutabaga wrote our theme song. Please support this podcast by leaving us an iTunes review. To do this, 1. Search for Movie Spoilers. 2. Click on our orange Spoilers Bowl logo and scroll all the way to the bottom. 3. Leave us some stars and some words. Now you can check us out on Spotify, YouTube, Stitcher, Apple, and Google Podcasts. Spoilers is now available on Audible.
And we're back. Pap, I guess you're our champion now. There was
some horse trading.
Backdoor deal going on behind the scenes.
Second biggest trade of the day happened on the pod.
The pick is in. There was a trade.
Packers got the first. Packers got the first.
Luka was traded to the Lakers.
We've done this before. It pissed everybody off, but we're going to do it again. Where now I owe Kylo a movie game pick, but I will host next. And what I'm going to pick...
Book of Henry 2.
Is there a Book of Henry 2?
If you guys could have heard during the break, the groveling that took place with Pappy pleading to get this pick.
No.
It was pathetic.
They will hear it. So
it's disgusting.
As long as I edit this episode, I'll make sure I include all of that, so I'm defended. I want to make this one count, because Book of Henry 2 is bullshit.
The Book of Boba Fett.
And try and pick like a more
That's good.
iconic movie of my childhood.
Ice Pirates.
Book of Eli.
And this was actually a girl I was dating in high school's favorite movie. And I'm pretty sure this is the VHS I destroyed in my janked up VHS player. I think a lot of people have a special place in their heart for this. We're going to go with A Knight's Tale, starring Heath Ledger.
I've never seen it. I've heard
yeah.
people love that movie, though.
What? You've never seen this?
I know.
Oh, man.
So
Shannon Sossaman,
This is a
right?
good movie.
try to make it more memorable this time. Someday. And then, yes, the next time I win trivia, which I'm sure will be this decade, I will hand off my pick to Kylo.
Hell yeah. All right, Pappy, our pseudo champion for next week. Kylo gave up his win for Pappy here, and we're gonna be watching A Knight's Tale. I have been your host tonight, Mikey from Chicago. This was Starship Troopers Spoilers. Thank you for listening, and please tune in next week for Spoilers Podcast.
Okay, Pappy.
Yeah.
Can I I have to edit Natural Born Killers. Can I give you this one and you'll give me your next win?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Go
Wait,
ahead.
no, I'll take it.
I'll take it.
I'll take this one.
Because Pappy,
Wait, what's going
Pappy
on?
hasn't
Gotta be an
hosted in so
editor.
long.
Dude, it's been 2
Well,
years.
you gotta let him earn it.
Because he's bad. He sucks. He has to earn it.
He's a good host, though.
He is a good
You guys
host.
can vote. Is that okay? Mikey, Brett, Josh, vote if it's acceptable. Mike?
Well, if we vote no, are you going to do it or are you going to give it to somebody else?
Yeah.
No.
I don't care. I mean, do it.
Do whatever you want.
If he's
Do
going
whatever
to
you
edit
want.
something, you can do.
Yeah, I have a movie picked out.
Go
Yeah,
for it.
let's.
Give me a good one.
Pappy, just when you win next, give it to me because I know it'll be a while before I win. You'll probably win
5
before
years.
I had a
I'll
good
win
movie to
soon.
pick too.
I'll dominate. Josh,
All right,
are you okay with this? Because you complained last time we traded. Josh?
Is Josh gone?
He seems okay with it to me.
Yeah,
Josh, pick trivia
yeah,
guy.
that's great. Makes a lot of sense. Doesn't confuse anyone. Let's march along.
Yeah, people are going to have to update their spreadsheets at home.
The stats. They're going to be all
Wait a
weird
second.
now.
Pappy's hosting?
I don't like this podcast anymore.
I thought they were still in the Rob Schneider trilogy. What happened to...
Rob Schneider is a carrot.
The animal.
stapler. It's a stapler. All right, you got something, Pat?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Take it away, spoiler man.
That was Spoilers.